Monday's April 6 episode of General Hospital centers on Marco Rios' funeral, where Jen Sidwell and Sonny Corinthos clash in a tense confrontation. The episode also follows Molly Lansing Davis preparing for endometriosis surgery, Jordan Ashford defending her undercover work to Isaiah Gannon, and Nina Reeves receiving a stark warning from Curtis Ashford. Okay, I cannot believe they actually did that. I am literally typing this up late at night because I need to get this out of my system before I explode. Am I the only one who is completely losing their mind over what just went down at Marco's funeral? Because honestly, I have been watching this show for years, and this is simultaneously the most frustrating and most brilliant thing they have done in a while. I mean, we all knew Sidwell was going to be on the warpath, but the sheer audacity of Sonny Corinthos showing up at that church, and with Rick Lansing, I am screaming. Sonny putting on his nice suit and waltzing into a grieving father's territory is peak mob hubris, and I am entirely here for the drama, even if I am terrified for everyone involved. But wait, I am getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the actual confrontation, because the tension in that church was thick enough to cut with a knife. Sidwell is standing there, drowning in grief over Marco's murder, which, let's remind ourselves, was actually committed by Ross Cullum, not Sonny, and in walks the man he completely blames for his son's death. Sonny tries to offer his condolences, acting like he is the bigger person trying to prevent open warfare, but Sidwell is not having a single second of it. When Sidwell snapped, "I don't believe for a second that you're sorry," I literally gasped out loud. The delivery, the anger, you can feel the absolute venom radiating off Sidwell. And honestly, I kind of side with Sidwell in this specific moment. Not because Sidwell is a good guy, he's a monster, but because Sonny's timing is historically atrocious. And why is Carly there? I mean, I know Carly inserts herself into everything, but Carly being at Marco's funeral while Valentine is hiding in her attic and Jason is locked away in a WSB black site is just wildly chaotic. Carly is questioning Sonny's moves, asking why he would even come to the funeral at all, and for once, Carly is actually the voice of reason. Am I the only one who thinks Sonny is losing his strategic edge? He tells Rick that if they don't try to ease tensions now, it's going to be an all-out war. But Sonny, buddy, showing your face at the funeral of the son your enemy thinks you killed is not easing tensions. It is throwing a gallon of gasoline onto a raging inferno. Rick looks like he knows this is a terrible idea, and Rick is usually the one making the terrible ideas. Speaking of terrible ideas, can we talk about Laura Collins and Ezra Boyle? I cannot stand Ezra. He is so smug, and the way he corners Laura to gloat about her press conference makes my skin crawl. Aren't you glad you took my advice? UGH, he is so gross. Laura held that press conference to publicly denounce Sonny and Jason, and you could tell she hated every single second of it. She looked physically ill, turning her back on her friends. But here is the crazy part. Sonny actually told her to do it. Remember when they tried this kind of public distancing storyline years ago? Yeah, it didn't work then either, but this time it feels different because Sonny is actually being pragmatic. He told Laura to take her best swing because it's just optics and it keeps her safe from Sidwell's wrath. I love that Laura is playing the long game here, but seeing Ezra act like he is the mastermind, manipulating the mayor, is just infuriating. I want Laura to crush him when all of this is over. Okay, back to the point. Let's pivot to Jordan and Isaiah, because this dynamic is stressing me out so much. Jordan is currently working undercover surveillance on Sidwell, and Isaiah is absolutely terrified for her. And honestly, he has every right to be. Did we all just forget what happened in Somalia? Sidwell put a literal hit on Isaiah and held Lucky Spencer captive. Sidwell is not some low-level Port Charles thug. He is an international threat. But Jordan is standing there, completely confident, telling Isaiah not to worry because she knows what she's doing. I mean, yes, Jordan was an undercover DEA agent for years, and she is incredibly capable, but Sidwell is unpredictable. Jordan thinks she can use Sidwell's current vulnerability over Marco's death as part of her takedown plot. I love a confident queen, but I am so scared she is underestimating how unhinged Sidwell is right now. A grieving villain is the most dangerous kind of villain. And then there is Nina. Poor, constantly making terrible choices Nina. She meets up with Curtis to mend fences, apologizing for her role in Portia being forced to testify during Willow's trial, and apologizing for letting their friendship slide. Curtis is surprisingly chill about it, but then he drops this massive warning on her. Be careful what you wish for, you might just get it. Chills. Curtis knows something is up, or at least he senses that Nina is playing with fire, and she absolutely is. Jack Brennan has her backed into an impossible corner. Brennan is threatening to release the traffic cam footage of Willow shooting Drew if Nina doesn't pry Valentine's location out of Charlotte. I mean, the stakes are astronomical. I know some people are loving this Brennan blackmail storyline, but personally, it makes me sick to my stomach. Willow cannot be tried for attempted murder again because of double jeopardy, but a political scandal of that magnitude would completely destroy her congressional career and her life. Nina is being forced to choose between protecting Willow and betraying Charlotte, who she still views as a daughter. How is she supposed to win here? She can't. And Brennan is just sitting back, ruthless and impatient, pulling all the strings. I desperately need Valentine to come out of hiding in Carly's attic and handle Brennan, because Nina is drowning. Let's take a breath and talk about the hospital scenes, because the emotional whiplash in this episode is real. Molly is admitted to GH for her endometriosis surgery, and my heart just breaks for her. This storyline has been so heavy and so real. Christina comes to visit her to show support, but of course it wouldn't be the Davis sisters without some underlying tension. Molly points to something and says, "That right there is the problem." Now, the show is leaving this a bit ambiguous, but we all know what she's talking about. She is either talking about Cody Bell, or she is calling out Christina's wildly inappropriate feelings for Jacinda Bracken. Let's unpack the Cody angle first. Cody knows about Molly's condition and claims he is completely fine with not having a family, but Molly doesn't buy it. She thinks he is just saying whatever he needs to say to make her feel better in the moment. And honestly, I kind of agree with Molly. Cody is a great guy, but giving up the idea of a family is a massive sacrifice, and Molly is terrified of trapping him in a life he might resent later. Plus, Alexis is completely traumatized in the waiting room because of what happened to Sam McCall. The parallels are just devastating, but if Molly is actually calling out Christina about Jacinda, oh boy. I have been watching Christina's interactions with Michael's girlfriend very closely, and there is definitely a vibe there. Christina is getting way too invested in helping Jacinda and Michael avoid drama. Molly is incredibly observant, and if she senses that Christina has more than friendly feelings for Jacinda, this is going to blow up the entire Corinthos Quartermain dynamic. Imagine Michael finding out his sister is crushing on his girlfriend, who is already facing judgment from Olivia and Tracy over her past as a sex worker. It is a soapy disaster waiting to happen, and I am completely dreading it while also secretly wanting to see the fallout. So, what is going to happen next? I predict that Sonny's appearance at the funeral is going to backfire spectacularly. Sidwell is not going to be appeased. He is going to accelerate his plans to destroy Sonny. And with Jason locked up and unable to protect the territory, Sonny is incredibly vulnerable. I also predict that Jordan's undercover operation is going to hit a massive snag. Sidwell is going to find out she is playing him, and Isaiah is going to have to risk his own life to save her. As for Nina, she is going to crack under Brennan's pressure and do something incredibly reckless that ends up exposing Valentine anyway. I just cannot handle the stress of this show right now. Every single character is walking on a tightrope, and Ross Cullum is still out there, faking memory loss in his ICU bed while everyone else pays the price for Marco's murder. Lucas is staying at Windermere to get justice from the inside, which is the bravest and dumbest thing he has ever done. If Cullum figures out Lucas is onto him, Lucas is dead meat. I swear, this show is going to give me an ulcer. But will I be tuning in tomorrow? Absolutely. Because despite all my complaining, the writing right now is firing on all cylinders. The stakes are high, the history is being respected, and the character motivations mostly make sense. Let me know if you guys agree with me or if I am just completely off base, because I need to talk about this with people who actually get it.